Hello there, guys. How are you two?
Well, good, thank you. How are you?
I'm well good too, Dan.
Oh,
right.
me too.
You're well good, Alison?
Yeah, thanks.
Good. We're all well good. That's excellent. Right. Moving as swiftly on as we possibly can. What's happening?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so first of all, we have the machinesofwar cards coming back in the Gems and Coins collection with, I think it's 4 new cards in this one.
Yep, there's another
Yes,
form of Kings of War. The Gustav gun, which is a giant cannon-shaped thing that the Germans made during World War II that runs on train tracks. It's huge. It's fantastic if you want to shoot targets that are directly in your train track. The Katyusha rocket launcher, which is a Russian rocket launcher anti-air missile battery of note. Da Vinci's fighting machine, which never actually saw combat, never actually saw completion because it is designed for a tank. Those of you who play Totally Accurate Battle Simulator will know it from that. And our new legendary card, which is Greek Fire, which is basically where the ancient Greeks strapped flamethrowers to their ships. And
That sounds violent.
It's all violent. It's a horrible collection of blood and death and gore and regret. And
What I like about Da Vinci's fighting vehicle is it's pretty much what every child has ever done with Lego, and because it's Da Vinci, we pay it slightly more credence.
yeah,
Well, there's logic that goes into it, isn't it? What did he base it off? Because it's like a circle, isn't it, where you could get out at all angles. It actually makes a lot of sense,
it does.
I think.
It's kind of like it's the Warhammer 40,000 approach to making tanks. Is you put more guns on the side, and if you've got a space for guns, you put guns on them, and you just pay the points cost later.
You know what? It would do well in Robot Wars.
It would.
It would.
But Greek Fire is the new limited legendary there. It's a card that will burn your opponent's cards in hand for the rest of the round when it's drawn, which is huge, and it will also buff your ancient Greece and Greek mythology cards. Ancient Greece and Greek mythology, there's a deck going around that works with Dugong that has a lot of kind of buffs within those two collections. I think it will slot really nicely into that one, and it just looks awesome as well.
Okay, and then coming up next,
We haven't done the goat.
We have the next in our Mythical Creatures collection, our awesome new Mythical Creatures collection, the Satyr, the half goat, half man, Mr. Tumnus alike, but not Mr. Tumnus because Mr. Tumnus is a fawn, not a satyr, as I am reliably informed. Satyr will work with cards in the game that have horns, so Triceratops and Collie cow, the horned ghost crab, and it will also reduce the cost of the mountain goat, another fusion card that is really, really good.
I find his pose quite irritating. Just saying it.
Oh, sorry, Duncan.
He looks like he might be an irritating person to have around.
Yeah,
It's the flute. It's just, I bet he's always playing the recorder. It's like
Yeah.
the guy who always brings his recorder to the parties. God.
Yes, he's that guy. At the end of the night, you can't get out your flat. He's just playing the recorder in the corner. Exactly. Right, moving on to Thursday, Dan. What have you got?
Thursday, Dante Alighieri, another card in our Right Stuff collection. You may have noticed we are.
Wait, when's going underground?
I've done it again. It's in the wrong order.
So, Alison, what have you got coming up on Thursday?
Going underground is back again, and this time I got to choose one of the cards. So I chose the Mongolian Gerbil because it's really, really cute. It's one of the cutest cards in the game now. It's right up there with Pika, and it also comes out with the Prairie dog and little European mole. They're all 3 very cute cards. But the Mongolian Gerbil is right up there.
It is gorgeous. Yeah, the public gets what the public wants, and apparently so does Alison. Prairie dog.
The gerbil card, only second best to a real gerbil.
Yeah.
Oh, real gerbils are so cute. Oh, if I was hoarding cards, I would definitely hoard this one. It's super. Look at it. Whoever it is, whenever Dale's put it, look how cute that is.
But did you know it also has game utility aside from being awesome? It will give it will give a random card with a base energy cost of 3 or less extra power next turn when it's put back to your deck, which is great for small decks that like to keep those cheap cards. That's fantastic. Also, we've got the Prairie Dog that day is a great card for going underground based decks. If your deck has 3 or more going underground cards on a losing turn, it'll give your cards plus 16 extra power, which is pretty good as well. Interestingly, I found out a group of prairie dogs is known as a town of prairie dogs, and that's why the ability is called Toast of the Town.
Oh, that's very nice.
That's
like
very
that,
cute. I was going to say, all the pictures I could find of prairie dogs, they were all hanging out. They seem very social.
I went to a zoo once. I can't remember what it was, but it had a field of prairie dogs there which you could walk through.
That's so
I
cute.
can't remember where. I
That
think
is
it's up
so
in
cool.
Norfolk somewhere, but it was good fun.
Wouldn't it be lovely to be in close-knit groups of people? Hey, it's been a while.
Oh, I remember.
Indeed, it would. Right, moving on. Friday, what's going down?
So, guys, on Thursday, stop horsing around and start fishing for this new card. Over to you, Dan.
It's the Hippocampus, which is another mythical creature that's a cross between a horse and a fish. Let's take a second to recognize what Alison did there. It's a great card that will work with Oceans and Seas and Life on Land together. It is a Life on Land card, of course, itself, so it will buff itself. Fantastic for decks that make those two collections work together.
Brilliant.
It just looks incredible as well. It's one of those ones
Doesn't it?
really sort of catches the eye.
Yeah. Outdone yourself. Right. And then coming up on Friday, we've got Dante.
Dante, him of the Divine Comedy and the Inferno, not the band, the Divine Comedy. His ability will give all your legendary cards in your deck 17 power for this turn and next. So it's a fantastic way to buff those legendary cards in your deck. It will also come in a pack that contains a limited epic or better card, which is not to be sniffed at.
Excellent.
Good pack.
He has a pretty snazzy bonnet, doesn't he?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
Strong bonnet.
Yeah.
Strong bonnet. Right. And then we move on to Friday, Dan.
Wait, Dan, do we have yet another mythical creature coming out?
I think you know we do.
There's no arguing here. Alison is on fire today, Dan.
Pretty good.
You've got to bring it on.
do.
Come on.
It's the Yeti. It's our last of our mythical creatures for the week. And it's a pretty cool one. It's going to give your opponent -5 power per turn for the rest of the game, which if you can get that off early is worth quite a lot of extra power as the turn goes on. But it will also give you your cards in hand that cost 7 or more base energy, an extra 20 power when they're played, which is quite good as well. So it's good for the kind of the Mammoth and Mastodon decks that make use of big expensive cards. It's just a big stompy deck, and it's a big stompy creature, and it looks cool.
Very cool.
Stompy.
It looks great looking card. Love this card. Excellent. Anything else?
We've also got John Steinbeck and the CIA on the Friday, a card that we, at the moment, do not want to confirm what it does because, CIA.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Under wraps.
I'm sure by the time this video comes out, that'll be declassified and put it up on the screen.
But it'll do something good and CIA related, will it?
Yeah, it'll be our combo card for the week, and it'll work together in that way.
Brilliant. Right. Well, thank you very much, guys. I think that's everything, isn't it? We haven't missed anything, have we?
Don't think so. No.
Always good to leave an uncomfortable pause at the end of the video, I find.
That's the avid magic. Bye.
You're not even going to say keep it CUE, Dan. Is Dan gone?
Keep it CUE.
Oh, my goodness me.
Oh, I see. Okay, good.